Oh, I shouldn't take my mask off. Let's chat on the balcony.
I can't do it. It smells like vomit. It's our first free clean of 2025. Woo! Okay, let me talk you through it. Basically, she's got a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of rotting food at that level where it's not fossilized. It's just a little bit stinky. First, we're gonna do a rubbish sweep. We're gonna get all of that out and into the bin immediately. Then, the next plan is to do a food sweep. This is the kitchen. I'm excited to show you this sink. The sink is juicy. You'll understand what I mean. We've got so much stuff that needs to go in the bin straight away. So that's going to be the priority. There is a lot of flies in here. And you know what that means. Flies means maggots. It makes me quite sad, especially seeing the kitchen sink. Because it is just completely unusable in its current condition. Guys, it is so good to be back. I missed you all. I missed YouTube. This video has taken so long for us to edit. We did film this clean 3 months ago, and I still remember it like it was yesterday purely because of this kitchen sink. I have never smelled anything as bad as this kitchen sink was, to the point where when we were on this clean, I genuinely thought I might be pregnant. Because yeah, I'm sensitive to rotting food and certain smells like this, but I've never been sensitive to the point where there is vomit coming up in my mouth. And the nausea I felt while scooping out the contents of this sink is unlike anything I have ever experienced before or experienced since. If my mum's watching this video, calm down, Karen, I can confirm I'm not pregnant. I'm just mentioning the sink was tough because some of you seem to think I have a stomach of steel and that nothing affects me, and that is not always the case. I'm only human.
Pretty bad. It smelled like vomit and poo. I'm also covered in it, so the main problem is I smell too. Oh, I shouldn't take my mask off. Let's chat on the balcony.
I'd be lying if I said I can still smell it because I'm covered in it. It smells like vomit, and the only thing I can't stand is vomit. I can't do it. The lady living here says it's not vomit. It smells like it. Now that we've gotten the worst of what's causing the smell out, look, I'm covered in it. We're gonna go for a walk, get some fresh air, and just let this place air out. And that's exactly what we did. We left for an hour and a half. I gave so much time for my stomach to settle down again, but also for the entire flat to be aired out. Mum and her 7-year-old daughter live at this property. It's 2 bedrooms with a mahoosive living room, and it was gonna take a while to clean it all. If I'm doing a free clean where there is a child present at the property, I do approach the clean slightly differently to how I would usually, and we'll chat more about that in a sec. Day 2. This is actually the biggest living room we've ever had to clean, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. There is lots of stuff in here. I'm also noticing not much storage space because there's nowhere for her to put all of her things. I know a bin bag hates to see me coming. We have run out of bin bags almost, so we need to get more bin bags. That was my fault. I didn't pack them because I was reading book 2 of Avatar, okay? It's getting good, so I neglected my packing duties. But anyway, it's fine. Let's just get started. I'll be honest, I was a little bit unsure about this free clean before I turned up because the woman living here hadn't applied for the free clean. It was her sister. So basically, her sister had filled out an application form, said she was worried about her niece and her sister and asked if I could help. I responded back saying, yes, of course I will. Then the sister gave me the resident's email address. I emailed the resident. The resident came back to me and essentially said she doesn't need a free deep clean, and that yes, her home was a bit messy, but it was all sorted now. So I immediately just thought, oh great, you know, it's sorted, everything's fine, don't need to worry, happy for them. And I just went about with my life and kept doing, you know, other cleans in the meantime. A few months went by and I was contacted again by the sister saying, I know my sister told you she doesn't need help. She does. She never got it sorted. Please, can you come come and help her. Just a quick one, I have partnered with Wild for this video. If you don't know about Wild, get to know. They do natural refillable deodorant, so there is absolutely no plastic waste. They're also fully vegan and cruelty free, which we love. I feel like it's no secret by now, but when I am out on these free cleans, I am often scrubbing and in a hazmat suit for upwards of 10 hours in one day. And I'm sure you can imagine, if I am not wearing some kind of deodorant, I'm gonna be getting super duper stinky and sweaty. I need something that's gonna last all day long. Whether I'm on a free clean or I'm at the gym, it doesn't matter. I need something I can rely on, and that's why I use Wild. So if you want to try Wild for yourself, scan the QR code or click the link in the description of this video. And don't forget, I've got a code. It's Clean with B for 20% off your Wild purchase. But that's only for a limited time. So if you want to try Wild, get on it quick. Big thanks again to Wild for partnering with me on this video. And now we're going to get back to the free clean. Bye. Oh, that hurt. That ka-thunk was the weight. That was really heavy. And anyone who's like, 10 kgs isn't very heavy, suck your
Whoa.
I didn't mean that. Right, let's do this. Where's the rest of the bin bags? Cookies, anyone? Cookies for Santa? Let's just talk for a sec. You'll notice all of the clothes I'm chucking right there. The woman who lives here is going to be sorting through the clothes. Medication, things like that. This still has medication in it, so that will go to the side. Anything that has a home, it just needs to be returned to it, is going in a big pile, and we'll go through that later. First of all, if that sister is watching this video, I just want to say you are such a good sister. When someone is struggling with their mental health, sometimes they do reject help. So having loved ones in the picture that are able to, you know, fight that person's corner makes such a huge difference. It's why I always say about these free cleans, the hardest part is admitting you need help. The second hardest is accepting that help when it comes along, because that can be really tricky for some people, and I completely understand. Trust me, I've been there myself multiple times, and maybe one day I'll open up about it, but today is not that day, baby. We got more to talk about. So of course I was like, no worries, I got you. And we went ahead and we scheduled in the clean, but I'll be honest, I really didn't have any idea what to expect. Usually the people that I clean for reach out to me and apply for a free clean because they've seen my videos and they trust me. So from the get-go, everything about this clean was totally different to anything I'd experienced in the past. Both me and the resident were both kind of trying to suss each other out and work our way through the situation. Usually when I do a free clean, my preference is always to have the residents out of the home. So a lot of the time we will offer the residents to stay in a hotel on us, or if the resident is struggling severely with their mental health, I will ask if they can stay with a family member instead so they're not alone. When there's children involved, it's very different. The last thing I want to do is anything that would disrupt their schooling or make them upset or confused because there's someone they don't know in their home. So when there is a child living at a property that I'm cleaning, we will adjust the hours, so we will make sure that we are cleaning during school time so they don't see me. The early finishes are definitely a pro, but there were a few cons along the way. There were a few times where we would make significant progress in a room and then return the next morning, and obviously it had gone back a few steps, let's just say. Certain things that were clean were back to being not clean again. It's quite possible that if the residents were living elsewhere whilst the clean was taking place, we might have finished a few days earlier than we did, but it's okay.
End of day one.
Woo.
Just.
Hi friends! Okay, this is the end of day 2. But this is the living room. Obviously we're still very, very far from done, but we've made really good progress today. Yaka! Now it's looking a lot better. It's a big dent, so I'm happy with what we've done. Look, they've got a little snack cabbie drawer. Isn't that cute? Let's go, I want to go home. I'm going to go and read Akatar and play with my slime. Harry keeps turning the camera off. What, you always cut me off talking when I'm talking about slime. Or Akatar. And that's not very nice. Stop zoom. Why do you hate me? I've said it before and I'll say it again, you can learn a lot about someone by cleaning their home, but that was definitely amplified even more so by the mother just being around while I was cleaning. And I think we both got to know a lot about the other just from being around each other for like a week straight. She told me she'd struggled with her mental health on and off for quite a long time, but this time her low period lasted a little bit longer than it typically would, and it reached a point where when she was starting to come out the other end of it, she was completely overwhelmed by what her home had become in the meantime. And I think overall she just felt very embarrassed and ashamed of what her living situation was at that time. Now listen, I will admit, yes, the kitchen was dirty, but one thing I immediately noticed was the rest of the house wasn't exactly. Let me explain. In the living room in particular, it mainly just needed a big fat declutter. And I know I mentioned that there were some downsides to, you know, the residents still living in this home during the free cleaning. But on the flip side of that, the big positive was that the mother got to see us clean. And I think that by her seeing me and Harry cleaning her home, it kind of sparked her to want to join in. I had a chat with the resident on day 5, and by day 6, when Harry and I showed up to start cleaning for the day, she was like a different woman. She had been busy bagging up extra rubbish and organizing hers and her daughter's clothes. Like, it was like a switch in her head was just flicked and she was suddenly balls to the wall, ready to get stuck in, and that was absolutely incredible. But yeah, she was amazing. I am so proud of her. That being said, I am not gonna pretend that it wasn't difficult at the beginning of this clean when we would spend the whole day cleaning, go home, come back, and the work that we had done the day prior was almost reverse. But that did stop happening by about day 3. So yeah, I'm super proud of how far she's come.
So how's the clean going?
Going good.
Also, I don't know why I'm talking like a literal child in these next clips. Please forgive me. I promise I'm just as cringed out as you are.
Made a serious dent in the living room, and then we had a break and we went to a dog cafe, and I had a ham and cheese toastie, and Harry had a bacon brie and cranberry sourdough toastie, and it was really yummy. And then after that we went and we stroked some of the dogs, and then we went to the corner shop and I got some slime. It's not just any slime.
Can you go back?
It's space slime. But look at it.
Yeah.
Slime. And it's so sticky, but I don't want to risk dropping it. And now we're going up this really tall hill. Yesterday we went to this really fancy, really overpriced pub for lunch.
It's a Young's pub.
It was a Young's pub. If anyone's in London, you'll know. And the food, both me and Harry used to work for Young's, so I don't feel bad saying it. The food is so expensive and so mid. It's just average pub food, but you're paying like £21 for a burger. And you're thinking, why am I doing this? I'm really happy I've got my slime though. And also it means that I've got something to do on the way home.
You keep walking like right out of the camera.
I'm trying to show you my slime. Also decided I'm going to make a secret account. There'll be one on YouTube and one on TikTok, and it's going to be all about me and my slime. And I don't care if no one watches it, because I like slime. And I'm not ashamed of it. I love slime. Bit of a sad update, guys. I dropped my slime. So, it's pretty sad right now. I'm going to try and run it under the tap. See if I can fix my slime. It's so dirty. Not the good kind of dirty either. Who can say where the road is? Only dangerous. Bitch.
Right, back to work.
You know that phrase where it's like everything happens for a reason? I've just had a brainwave, okay? And I'm documenting this so that no one steals my idea. You see how much dirt this slime absorbed when it was on the floor? Slime dusters. It's slime that you can use to dust and pick up dirt, and then once you've used it, you just like rinse it under the tap, and then it's clean again, and then you can use it again. Slime dusters. Bees slime dusters. And you get to play with it, which is the best bit. Would you buy it?
No.
I tried to wash the slime and I think I've broken it. It's disappeared. It's so much smaller than it used to be, and all of the slime's coming off in my hands. But slime dusters won't do that. Slime dusters will stay intact.
Just for the record, slime dusters isn't a thing. This isn't me trying to market it before it comes out. It's not a thing. I just had the brainwave now, and I've sadly lost my slime. So if slime dusters becomes a thing, our first one will be yellow, like this space slime that's sadly a bit messed up. Okay, that's all. We're going to go back to cleaning. Harry says all of this is going to be cut out, so if you don't see it, well, you won't know because you don't see it, but if you do see it, Harry was feeling that it was worthy. I got all your domestic needs. Cleaning, sweeping, mopping, degreasing. And we gonna do it all today. Mother's bedroom. Daughter's bedroom. Lots of clothes and trash on my feet. I'm gonna tell you my plan. That's gonna be where you're like, the plan. Black and white screen. The plan is, number one, to get as much rubbish from this area. Obviously, a lot of it's clothes, a lot of it's rubbish. You know me and Harry, if you've been here before, we love a good storage container. So we've got a bunch of storage containers. We're going to be putting some of the clothes in there, sorting through the rubbish. And then I think today's priority is going to be the little girl's bedroom.
I think we're going to do both and clear them both out. And then clean them tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to, that's going to be the plan then, yeah. Here. It is decided. Both bedrooms today.
That made me sound like I'm actually in charge and have a say and stuff, even though I never do.
He's got no say. Absolutely none. But you still show up to work every day. Yeah. Don't you? Very handsome. Oh, I finished Akatar book 2. Really good. Anyone watched it? I was really expecting you to turn the camera off then.
I was going to turn the camera off, but I was like, I'm going to get in trouble if I turn the camera off on it.
Yeah, Harry always...
And he cut me off. Big surprise. Though I will admit it's probably a good thing. I don't know what it is, guys, but by around day 3, day 4 of these free cleans, I start going a little bit loopy, and I genuinely think it's from exhaustion. Also, I've been reading my comment section recently, and I have seen a few things scattered about that are just not true. So I thought we could talk about them. I'm gonna quick fire through them, okay? Number 1, I don't have a team. People seem to think that I have a team of cleaners behind the camera or like a big team. I don't. It is me and it is Harry.
We're in Mama Bear's bedroom and we're gonna clean it now. Yeah! I need to stop with that, don't I? Okay, we are in the mother's bedroom. First impressions, we've got a lot of clothes. We've got a lot of packages, empty boxes that need taken out. And I am seeing some big wardrobes that are built-in unit into the wall. Obviously, we can't access it right now because of everything in front. So we're going to pull all of that out, see what we're working with inside, because there's a good chance we might be able to put a lot of this where it belongs back in the wardrobe. So I'll keep you updated.
Oh my gosh, I felt like I hit the jackpot because when we finally did gain access to the wardrobe, it was massive, but also completely empty. Like, not a scrap of anything in it. And I see this quite a lot on my free cleans, especially in kitchens where it's a hoarder-like environment with everything on the floor, going up the walls, massive piles of rubbish, and you finally get to the kitchen cupboard doors and inside, it's completely empty. I've always found it so fascinating. An empty space in a hoarded place can happen because the person feels overwhelmed, disconnected, or because they avoid using it due to stress or a need to stay in control.
It's huge! Obviously, I'm like 6'9". You fit a whole family in here. Mad. Oh, that was my fault. So this is really good news because it means quite easily pop all of the clothes that we've sorted and separated into the wardrobes, get them out of the way. This is where it needs to go, baby. I'm excited. Yeah. Hey, you wanna beef with me? You wanna? You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me? Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Here here I was thinking there was no storage at this property. Turns out there was actually loads. Also, topic hopping ever so slightly, but I love YouTube because I feel like we're able to actually talk and I get so much more time to explain the situation behind the free cleans I'm doing and, you know, explain how I clean certain things. But if there's anything in particular that you guys want to know, literally just ask. Because with these YouTube videos, I've got upwards of 30 minutes to answer all of your questions, so drop them down below, whatever you want to know.
Basically, if anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I've got just some water, an old sponge that, you know, just something that does the job. And essentially, I've got washing up liquid in this end. I'm literally just wiping down all the cupboards with the washing up liquid to soften all the dirt. Just the front. We'll later go in, do the insides, but for now, we're just working on the front. And then what I do, I let it soak in for a few minutes to soften all of the grease and grime, because obviously washing up liquid's a great degreaser. And then essentially all I'm going to do is go in with a bleach-based kitchen cleaner to sanitize everything fully. Because what we're doing right now is not sanitizing, we're just removing as much dirt as possible. And I'm doing this now instead of later because obviously lots of stuff's going to fall on the floor and get really gross. I'm not too bothered if this floor gets very wet. If anything, it will loosen up all the dirt on there. I don't have a mop with me, but the lady who lives here does, so we will be using her mop. So I'm going to leave that there and do exactly the same thing to this washing machine. And kind of see what we're working with here if I show you like that. So yeah, just getting as much off of the dirt as we possibly can, letting it soften, and then going in with a bleach-based kitchen cleaner spray. I am going to put the camera down though so I can concentrate now. Shut the door just for now. And then all of these little crevices, these nooks and crannies, I'll show you what I would do there. When the time comes, we will use a crevice tool. It gets all of it out. Now we're not going to be doing a deep clean on the kitchen appliances because we are doing the entire property and we basically just don't have time. However, you already know me and Harry, we do like to go the extra mile. So we'll be getting everything as clean as we possibly can in the time space that we've got.
So, you know how I said earlier about, you know, some of the drawbacks of the family still being present and living in the home whilst the clean was taking place? Well, another drawback to that was when I would show up in the morning, I would spend, you know, an hour and a half getting the property back to the condition it was when I left the night before. Like every morning I would arrive, there was new food left out on the surface. There were new dishes that needed washing up. There was a new pile of clothes in the middle of the room. Yeah, just new things that I needed to clean again. And obviously that takes time and it bites into the overall time that I have to do this clean and complete this clean. I'm just explaining the context so you guys understand, because in these clips you're going to be seeing the kitchen go back and forth from being really clean to really dirty all over again. And that basically just meant I had not enough time to complete the clean to the standard that I would want to do. I want to pull out everything. I want to be getting the steamer out. I want to be getting in every single nook and cranny, and it just wasn't possible on this clean because I had to spend so much time re-cleaning things that had already been cleaned by myself multiple times. And obviously if the resident wasn't living there at the time, that wouldn't have been an issue. Again though, I do want to preface, I have absolutely no issue with the resident being there. They have a child. It was what was best for everyone involved, and it was what, you know, kept a sense of normalcy for the child whilst this clean was taking place. So even if I went back in time and did all of this all over again, I would still choose to do the exact same setup that we did. Don't get me wrong, guys, the resident was not doing any of this on purpose. She wasn't doing it to be rude. I'm about to show you footage that I took on day 5, but after this footage, I literally sat down with her and spoke through everything with her and said, you know, I'm not going to be able to get this clean completed to the standard that I would normally get it done because I'm spending so much time repeating the same things and reversing, you know, what's been done whilst whilst I've gone. And it was almost, again, like as soon as I said that, a switch in her head went and it completely stopped happening. You know, after that I would come and there wasn't new dishes that I needed to clean, and you know, things hadn't been reversed. I am still going to show you this footage though, because I do think it's interesting and it's one of those kind of views of the clean that you guys never normally see. This isn't the first time it's happened, and it probably won't be the last time that something like this happens on a free clean, and that is okay. A lot about these free cleans is constantly tailoring what I'm doing to suit the resident and the resident's needs, and you know, I'm more than happy to tailor it as long as they understand that I'm not doing the clean to a lesser standard just because I feel like it. It's being done to a lesser standard because I physically am out of time at this point. But yeah, I'm going to show you that footage anyway and stop yapping, but I just wanted to give some context. Morning. So, first order of business is cleaning up everything. Because of this, I think the new vibe, oh, that's fun. Because of this, the new vibe is going to be, we're going to have to clean one room at a time from now on and get that room completely finished so I can get the afters of that room and then move to the next one. Because when I'm coming back and there's new mess in areas that I've just cleaned, so I think this is one of those cases where the resident here needs the room completely cleaned, hopefully, to get that motivation to like continue just tidying up after themselves. That's gonna have to be the vibe from now on, I think. I'm gonna start today because I mean, this room I'd hoped that 40-50 minutes left, but we've gone back. Yeah, I was going back and forth about whether I should show that footage or not. Like, when I do one of these free cleans, I am always on the resident's side. I'm not mad at them or angry at them. I understand that it's a mental illness. And progression and recovery, it doesn't just change overnight. It's a long-term thing. So yeah, I was not upset with the resident. I was more just starting to panic that, oh my gosh, what if I can't get this done on time? In situations like this, there is literally no point in panicking. All you can do is keep going and try your best. And that's what I did. The child's room is going to be the goal for today. That's quite good though, because I emptied this bin here yesterday. So it was completely empty. It's full up again. That's a really good sign. It shows that she's using the bin, which we love. This is going to be my home for the day, this room. Catch you on the flippity flip side.
See you on the flippity flip.
So after that, I sat down with the mum and basically explained that my biggest concern was I was running out of time. I told her that I really needed help because I didn't think I was going to be able to finish this clean on time. So immediately we sat down, we started making a plan together on what we could do. We've got this little corner left, just to update you what's going on. Lots of clothes on the bed just to keep them out of the way, with 3 bin bags down. Mostly it's like water bottles, old food packaging, scraps of paper, crisp packets. Harry's not here today. Oh, little flight thing. We'll keep that. Harry's not here today. He's working at his other job, so it is just me. But you can see the majority of this is just rubbish. Old clothes tags. They're these like LOL dolls. How cute. We're going to put all of these into this. This is now going to be her toys box for stuff like this. Oh, I don't know what this is, but this is so fun. I'm really enjoying that. I say we, I always talk about when I'm doing the cleans, especially in my earlier videos, people always used to say like, why do you say we? When this was before Harry would help me, when it was just me. And it wasn't until he said it that I was like, actually guys, I don't know why I say we, because it's just me. Me and my multiple personalities. I guess. That's a joke, I don't have multiple personalities. I've been told I can pop these. Feels evil. Same for this. I feel so bad doing it. I feel like the Grinch. I feel like I'm like slaughtering lambs or something. So yeah, this day was the day that definitely changed everything in terms of the productivity of this clean. Everything that I was organizing into boxes of the toys, the mum would go through it, she would decide what to chuck. The same thing with the clothes, she was organizing the clothes, putting them in the piles of what needs to be chucked, what needs to be washed, what can be put away, and she was doing that, and it just helped so much. And I can't lie, of all of the days on this free deep clean, this day was definitely my favorite. It was just so nice being able to spend time with her and chat with her. I also just wanted to add, we did put new bedding on this bed. Sheets were just in the wash at this point. So yeah, it's now day 6. I showed up to the property. There was no extra mess for me to clean up, which was absolutely incredible. And it gave me time to immediately just start cracking on with this bathroom. And whilst I was doing this, the mother was in the room next door going through all of her clothes and hanging them up in her wardrobe, which again is just absolutely amazing. This was sadly another day without Harry because he was at his other job. But I can now confirm Harry now works with me full time as of like a month ago. Yay! Okay, we've just got all of the rubbish out. So now my next plan is this bathroom is actually a wet room and I intend to use it as such. So I'm gonna get everything out and put it in, you guessed it, a Tupperware. And then I'm gonna start scrubbing down all of the surfaces and getting all of this nice and clean. And then tomorrow we'll bring everything back in and we'll lay it out all nicely. Putting everything in our Tupperware. I always get asked about how much money I make, so let's talk about it really quickly. Because there seems to be a lot of confusion about how I make a living, about how much I get paid, how much I earn, how much these free cleans cost, etc. I'm putting these on the floor because I'm gonna scrub all of them. Then we will clean the sink. And the toilet. Oh, we won't forget about the floor. Thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, so I have a lot of things to say on this topic, so forgive me in advance if I'm hip-hopping around all over the place. There's a lot to get through. The first thing is that the way that the free cleans get funded has changed dramatically in the last year. So I used to only be able to fund the free deep cleans via my TikTok ad revenue. And for quite a long time, the only social media platform I was on was TikTok. Then it was Instagram, then Facebook, and YouTube actually came last. But again, money from all of the other apps didn't happen until a lot later. For a long time, it was solely just from TikTok that I was getting paid. Back then, I could only afford to do maybe 1 or a maximum of 2 rooms in a property, and all of them were located really close to where I lived in London, so I wasn't having to pay very much in accommodation or travel. I also wasn't doing very extreme cleans like the cleans that I'm doing now. So my costs were very low and all of my TikTok revenue was able to cover those costs. When I started posting on Facebook and on YouTube as well, my income started going up. And once I started making more money, I was able to start accepting more extreme free cleans and traveling further out and doing more expensive jobs. My videos do quite well on TikTok, if I do say so myself. Like when I uploaded a video on TikTok at this property cleaning the kitchen sink, it got over 20 million views. People assume that I make bank, but the truth is that nowadays when I post on TikTok, most of my videos get demonetized. Sadly, a lot of people find them disturbing, so they report them as disturbing, which is not my intention, but it is what it is. Which means I make nothing. But that's okay, because again, I still get paid on Facebook and I still get paid on YouTube. But the biggest change that's happened in the last year is because my channels have all grown, so has the opportunity for for sponsorships. And I feel like I don't need to explain to you how sponsorships work, but I will just in case. So for example, a fashion influencer might get given a bag by a company or a brand, and they are paid to talk about that bag and promote that bag. Me, being someone who does free deep cleans, instead of bags, I will often get gifted cleaning products or kitchen accessories or items that can be placed in the free clean after that will better improve the applicant's life. That means I basically will get paid to promote that product or to promote that service for the free clean. The free clean applicant will get the benefits of that, for example, a new kitchen fridge or a new oven. And the money that the brand pays me often covers all of the expenses that I've spent on that free clean, and there is often quite a bit of money left over as well. And I only work with companies where I'm going to be using their products on a free clean regardless, because I always do, because they're genuinely good products. For example, in the past I've worked with HG and I've worked with Scrub Daddy. These are examples of brands that I have always used on my free cleans. It's just that when a brand sponsors a free clean, I actually get paid to do something that I would be doing regardless. So that's amazing. And yeah, it's a mixture of all of these different things, which is what pays me and funds the free deep cleans. And I know I always say this, but it is genuinely only possible because of you guys. So if you have ever interacted with any of my pages or any of my videos by following and dropping a comment, thank you so much. These free cleans are possible because of you, and I really appreciate you. And thank you for letting me do this as well, full time. And now Harry's joining me too, so we can do even more free cleans than we ever have done in the past. Yeah. Massive blessing. I appreciate you all. Also, really quickly, I have to address the elephant in the room, which is there are no before and afters at the end of this video from the child's bedroom. I am sorry. It is all my fault. Harry usually films all of my YouTube videos. I'm in charge of filming anything that's in portrait mode. So YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagrams, Facebooks, etc. I'm not used to filming landscape YouTube, and I completely forgot. And I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I'm sorry, guys. So you don't have any afters of the bedroom, of the little girl's bedroom, I should say. So I'm really sorry, but if you do want to see the transformation on the little girl's bedroom, it is available on my short form content. So it will be up on YouTube Shorts, and also obviously my Instagram and my TikTok and Facebook and la 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 la. I'm sorry. I'm learning as I go along, and I promise I'll get better. Right, it's almost time for the afters though, and these are the afters that obviously I did catch on camera. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And also give me a like and a comment. I appreciate you. We're gonna start posting a big free clean behind the scenes video every single month here on YouTube.
We finished the living room. Woo! That was tough. A lot of it, I feel it's weird because you can hear yourself echoing in here now because we moved so much stuff out. So basically what we did in a nutshell is chucked away a lot of rubbish. We and the tenant have sorted through a lot of clothes. She's gotten rid of about 10 big bin bags worth of clothes at this point. So we're trying to declutter. The less stuff she has, the easier it is to keep on top of it. The little girl got a keyboard for Christmas, so we've set that keyboard up for her so she can play. Neatened up the TV stand and everything, and yeah, hopefully it's a lot nicer for them. I know she's going to continue and finish off painting. So yeah, I think this living room, it's definitely a big improvement. Let us know what you think. And also, let us know, now by this point you'll have seen the rest of the flat, let us know which room transformation is your favourite. I wanna know. Okay, love ya, bye. Like and subscribe. Okay, we're in the bathroom. It's all done now, nice and clean. I mean, you already saw what I did, but it's a wet room. So I made sure to use it like a wet room. We've done a little bit of decluttering, just getting rid of any bath products, shower products, anything like that that's empty. We've now got so much more space. The bathroom feels, I don't know if it's just me, but the bathroom feels a lot bigger too. Scrubbed all of the floor, scrubbed all of the grout. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it looks in here. We've moved around a little bit of the organisation. So just little things like putting sanitary products in a bit of a bigger basket so it's all together. But yeah, I'm happy. We've got all the bonnets. Oh, I'll talk you through my section. So, body washes and shower gels. Then we've got hair masks, Then we've got, this is a bit of a random assortment, but it's essentially everything they would probably reach for when they're going to bed. Then we've got hair care, and then we've got skincare. Very exciting. And then up here is the everyday, day-to-day shampoos, conditioners, that kind of thing. Up here, we've put all of the skincare. All good. Okay, so now we are in the mother's bedroom. I'm really happy with this room, how it turned out. On the first day, obviously, this piece of furniture was kind of here, so we weren't actually able to see the space. The mum has been amazing, and she's gone through and organised all of her clothes, so they're all in here, nice and tucked away, which we love. It will just make everything a bit more manageable and easier in the future. She's got a little TV. Bedding. Yeah, I'm happy. It looks nice and clean. Okay, we're in the kitchen now. This was my favourite room to clean out of the entire place. I really enjoyed it. There was lots to do and we smashed it. You'll also notice there are no more flies. None. Nada. Oh, well, there's one there, but they will all die out very quickly. Yeah, also the cooker, I'm so happy with how this turned out. There were a lot of little stubborn marks, but we got them in the end. What else did I do in here? I've already forgotten.
Sink.
All of the countertops and, of course, the baby, our sink. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the sink turned out. The first day with the sink, it was tough, but would I do it again? Yeah. Yeah, I would. It feels so awkward. I would do it again. Oh, the floors. Spent a lot of time scrubbing these floors on my hands and knees. Because I just thought, you know what, sometimes a mop is great. You know I love a good mop. But you don't quite get a good scrub like you do when you're on your hands and knees with one of those brushes. And just went hot and heavy in with the mop. Cupboards. Spices and ingredients, plates and bowls, mugs and cups. This is like teas. We've got some, this is a bit of a random assortment, but it makes sense, okay? So I just need you to trust that process. So yeah, everything has a place now, which is really, really good. I'm excited, I'm happy. I think it went really good. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Started my new page. I got a Kindle for Christmas and I'm reading Applicant. I'm on book 2. I've also finished the 4th Ring series. Harry's not interested at all. But anyone who loves fancy romance, hit me up. Tell me what series books I should read next. Okay, we're packing for a free deep clean. We have a whole property. This is a 2-bedroom flat. And this is what the kitchen looks like. Tomorrow is when we're starting, and I'm starting on the kitchen. So we're packing. I've got my emotional support slime. Everyone always asks me, what do you pack for a free deep clean? Personally, I always thought this was really boring and no one would be interested, but we're gonna do it anyway. So obviously first boring stuff is filming equipment. This is not including the camera that you're watching this video off of or the camera tripod, but we've got the light, we've got the 2 phone stands, then the actual light itself, which I will be wrapping in a towel, but I'm not doing that for this video because that's boring, but this is what it looks like. Extension lead, because we never know where the plug sockets are. The lead for the light, boring. Okay, hazmat suits. We always get really large hazmat suits, like larger than we are, because you want to be comfy, you want to be able to move around. Shoe covers, there's like 10 here, so I think we'll be fine. Washing up liquid, kitchen cleaner, great, by Astonish, antibacterial surface cleaner, Cif cream always comes with me as well. Again, tomorrow, our biggest priority is getting all of the rubbish out of the house and starting on the kitchen. So there's not a crazy amount of cleaning products today, but there is a lot of bin bags. You're gonna be seeing a lot of bin bags. Oven and grill cleaner. More oven and grill cleaner. Scrub mummy. Scrub daddy. Sad daddy. Very sad. Then we've got scraper, plastic, like metal, bit. That's fab. Love that. Crevice brush. Stanley knife. I think I call this a Stanley knife, but I don't know if it's got another word, but I always use this. Not just for like decorating and filling and whatever comes up, but also it's good to scrape, especially if I need something way bigger than this. Also it's quite flexible as well, which is fab. My mask, vapor rub as well. I like to bring vapor rub with me on every single clean, just in case there's some quite strong smells going on. Everyone knows this, well, not everyone, but I do get quite sensitive with rotting food, specifically rotting fat. So like bacon grease that's been out for months and months, or chicken fat, like the smell of fat that's gone off and rotten is like my kryptonite. I'll just start heaving. So I put this bit under my nose, then I use these, love them. You get like so many in a pack, but I don't think anyone cares, but I'm gonna say anyway. This is how I deal with really strong smells. Pop this on, boom, and then I have this one on over the top with my vapor rub around my nostrils, and that stops me from caring about any smells because I can't smell them. Never used it before. Thought it would be fun to use. Zaflora. I love this. This is very good. I can use it down drains. I can use it to mop the floor. I can use it to disinfect. It's fab. I've got my standard gloves. I always wear the marigolds. Again, probably not interesting, but I have very sensitive skin, so I wear the sensitive skin. Harry just has the normal ones, so I've got a backup pair as well. Harry's got his backup pairs. Mini light for the phone, but honestly, that's kind of it. Then we've just got all our microfiber cloths, our scourers, brushes. I've got a Dishmatic, only because I've run out of my Dish Daddy from Scrub Daddy. They really annoy me sometimes because this thing constantly just like comes off when you're scrubbing. So I'm not a fan, but it will get the job done. Oh, mini toothbrush. This is just a dog's toothbrush.
That's yours, right? The dog one?
No, it's not. I'll show you the room of doom where I keep all my cleaning supplies. But honestly, we want to just travel as light as possible and only bring what we're definitely going to need. Because this cleaner's in London, it's about an hour away from where we live. So we'll be coming, we won't be getting a hotel or anything like that like we do when they're far away. We'll just be coming back every night. So I can basically replenish my suitcase every single time I come home with what I need for the next day. It just makes life a lot easier. That's it. Let me show you my doom room. Come on. This is the room of doom / Harry's office. It's horrible. I hate it in here. This is where I keep everything. So we've got all my cleaning products here. These are just the ones that I reach to. Upholstery and linen and washing stuff for clothes here. This one is Higglety Poop. Harry says I should arrange them in alphabetical order, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather arrange them via what they are used for. That just seems easier to me. This is all pastes. This is all kitchen, this is all bathroom, and then this is kind of everything. And then on the bottom we've got DIYs. We got more camera equipment on top. This looks awful because like Harry's been in here. But we've got like our carpet cleaner, our upholstery cleaner, Harry's guitar that he's never played but won't get rid of, tape measurers, paint brushes, stuff. And then, this is my favourite, we have Scrub Daddy used. So these are the ones that have been like used once and disinfected and all of that. So they're good to use again another time. So they've not been used on any biohazards, any toilets, anything like that. They have been thoroughly cleaned. But this is all our Scrub Daddy used. And then we've got our Scrub Daddy Virgins. And this is all of my like little Scrub Daddy hoard. So I just have loads of stuff. To be fair, it shouldn't be called Scrub Daddy Virgins because we do have other stuff like Minky and stuff, but I would be lying if I pretended that I don't mainly use Scrub Daddy as my sponges. I'm not sponsored by them, I just like using them. I have been sponsored by them in the past if anyone's like, but I swear you do work with Scrub Daddy.
She says in the Scrub Daddy hoodie.
Yeah, I got this for free though. Honestly, if you ever want me to like just like you, just give me a hoodie. I love hoodies. Oh, also, does it look like me? I don't think it does. She's got a better jawline than me. And she's got brown eyes.
Yeah. There you go.
So she sits on Harry's desk so that it's like I'm always watching Wazowski. And then we've got decorating. So this is all of my, this is the fun one. This is the fun drawer. Fun drawer. We've got cork guns, no more nails, sandpaper, wood filler, paint rollers. This is just white spirit. This is like my fun drawer. Love it. Anyway, this is more filming stuff. This is, oh, smelly home bits, but my smelly home bit section is running low because I've used a lot of it. But that's smelly bits. Then we've got top, and then we've got a whole PPE drawer. So this is like extra gloves, extra hazmat suits, goggles, which I hate wearing goggles because they always steam up from the condensation and then you can't see anything, so there's no point wearing them. But yeah, that's the Doom room. It's really messy. And now I'm gonna do what I do best. Play with my slime, read my Kindle, and drink my fizzy lemon juice. Hopefully the clean goes well. Hopefully what you just watched was good and we got the place cleaned up. I don't know yet. I'm from the past. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe, please.
Leave a comment.
And leave a comment. Let me know. Are you interested in seeing stuff like this? Let me know. Okay, love ya.